I just want to talk about the importance of putting in effort when it comes to dieting and health. Wasting your money on shit that makes you worse is the biggest mistake that everyone in America fucking makes. Everyone wastes their money on pointless bullshit. So why would you do it too? The average person is 28% body fat. So why would you spend your money like the average person? The average person does not spend all their money on ground beef, eggs, raw milk. They don't go out of their way to drive 15 minutes to an Amish farm to get the highest quality, milk and eggs. They don't do that. They don't do that. And that's why they look shitty / average. And it's really annoying when this fucking thing keeps falling over. I need a fucking wall mount. And these roads are bumpy. But yeah, just like, why would you do the average things that average people do when the average person is just a fucking fat, unhealthy piece of shit, to put it nicely. But yeah, I mean, just like, you need to respect yourself. They always say, why would you put regular gas in a Ferrari? Why don't you put premium? It's like kind of cheesy, but it's like, your health is your number one asset. Once you die, you lose everything. So why wouldn't you do everything in your power to live as long as possible? Like, why wouldn't you? It doesn't make any logical sense. The logical thing is to try to live as long as possible. So why the fuck aren't you doing that? You need to think about every action that you take, and is it at least, making yourself better, making your friends and family and loved ones better, and is it going to allow you to live as long as possible? Because if you're taking actions that don't work towards those things, then you shouldn't fucking take it. You have to be more self-aware. You have to be more self-critical, and that's what's going to help you, excel in life and be better than the average person. It's not even like you want to be better, but it's just like the average person is just not good. They're just not good. And, you just see the depression rates, the anxiety rates, the divorce rates. Like, do you want to end up divorced? Do you want to end up depressed? Do you want to rely on some synthetic drug to make you happy or feel good or look better or live longer because you're unhealthy and your hormones are fucked up from eating shitty? It's like, why? Who wants that? Who wants that? But people don't want it, but they also are too lazy or too dumb to try to figure out a solution in order to fix those things or prevent those things. Because preventative medicine and preventative actions are just way better than detective or, waiting till it's too late. Like, would you rather just eat clean now and maybe, spend a little bit more money on your food now? Or eat shitty and then get cancer down the road and then have to get chemo and fuck you up even worse? It's like, if you take actions now, you're gonna save yourself so much headache and so much pain in the future. But they do say you either learn the hard way or learn the hardest way. So learning the hard way would be, having one little thing happen where you have some little health problem or you get sick, and then basically try to slam on the brakes because this stupid ass motherfucker, the stupid ass fucking ambulance driving fast as fuck through the red light. I almost just hit them, but I gotta focus up. But anyway, as I was saying, why would you wait till something bad happens? And it's learn the hard way or learn the hardest way. But haven't you seen like one of your grandparents or uncles or aunts or even parents? Haven't you seen them get sick and die, or have something bad happen to them, like a heart attack, blood clot, high blood pressure, all the meds they're on, they don't look good, they don't feel good, they have all these problems that they complain about. You can learn from their mistakes and then prevent something bad happening to you if you just, avoid and the things that they did that led them to end up in that bad spot. But we're at the car wash right now. I'm about to clean this boy because he's dirty as hell. And yeah, I'll show you before and after for fuck's sake, for the fuck of it. $5 for 5 minutes. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? All right, this thing looks pretty cool. I'm gonna probably use a bunch of these and make my car look glistening. But yeah, I need to make sure they don't scam me. But the car's like a little dirty. Windshield's kind of dirty. But yeah, there's like someone dented my car. That wasn't me. There's like poop all back here, so I gotta get this off. Just kind of left it in a parking lot for like a month, so I was traveling. So gonna get this boy clean. Don't even need this, but I just remember doing this as a kid and it was fun. It looks pretty satisfying, so I already like put soap from the other thing on here, but this shit's fucking bussin'. Oh yeah. So satisfying. Gonna lather this boy up and then we'll get back to you. Got this bad boy lathered. I kind of messed up this side, but it kind of disappears as you go, but gonna rinse her off and then see how she looks. Oh yeah, watch this. Oh yeah. Quick little ASMR. Oh. So, this is the first stop at an Amish random shed where you pull up. We're in the middle of the country out here. And they have all this stuff here. I'll flip the camera. They got sauerkraut soap. I don't know what's in the soap. I don't really want any ketchup. All this bullshit. But basically what I'm here for is the good stuff. So it was like 40 or $20 a pound in Tampa. $8 a pound here, which is still kind of expensive. But yeah, I'm gonna get some eggs as well as some butter here. So yeah, raw butter. It's raw, by the way. Doesn't say it, but if you ask them it is, but it's pretty fire. Also, I didn't see they have raw milk here, but I'm going down the road down this way to get raw milk from somewhere else. But I don't even know, maybe next time I'll have to get raw milk from here. But pretty litty. We have a fellow biohacker on this farm. But basically this is where you get it. They literally just have it right here. In here. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. They get the milk out of here. And you just pull up in their crib and they literally have the money here. Just leave their money, leave it there, and just take it. It's pretty crazy how the Amish trust everything. But this is where we're getting the milk from these cows. All out here. Just picked up 3. I took $5 and change back. But yeah, and we're out of here. But it's pretty cool. You can just, the Amish are just so trusting, I guess. I mean, there's no one who's really like a thug out here. It's kind of like, you know, the country. So there's not really like robbers or anyone who would be slimy, steal raw milk, like whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But I'm probably gonna be moving out of PA soon anyway, so won't be able to enjoy this luxury much longer. But at least I got to enjoy it for now. But yeah, going back to investing in yourself and learning from others, those are the 2 best things you could do. You know, pay for other people's mistakes or just learn from other people's mistakes. That's how you really excel in life. You know, if you invest in mentorship or a coach, you know, I've invested in myself for coaching. I had to coach coaches, how to make content, and it paid off. I'm making enough money to where I'm good. This is my job now. But, you know, it kind of goes hand in hand with seeing other people make mistakes and then just being like, okay, look how they ended up, so I'm not gonna do that. And it's like, if you do the same things as other people, you're gonna end up in their shoes. Whether that be physically, spiritually, financially, whatever, you know. You keep making the same stupid financial decisions as a broke person, you're gonna end up broke. You know, if you keep eating the same shit that a fat person's eating, you're gonna end up fat. Most times, obviously, genetics and little bits and pieces that will be different because not everyone's the same or not anyone is the same. But, you know, being self-aware and really judging others and seeing where others are wrong or seeing what their flaws are, and then just trying to build your perfect person of yourself through seeing or understanding the flaws of others and what causes it and why those flaws are bad. But I'm driving down this steep ass hill right now. I gotta focus up. But yeah, going back to this raw milk, it's like, you know, I could spend my extra 30 minutes or hour, whatever this took, on playing video games or watching a Netflix show, or a little bit of free time I have, I could spend it driving 10-20 minutes to get, you know, really healthy, extremely healthy food, to get myself more jacked, to help myself, you know, excel in my business. I have to look as good as possible. It's my job. It's not everyone's job to look as good as possible. Basically no one's job. But for longevity's sake, I'm not getting pasteurized bullshit corn fed milk. I'm not getting, you know, I do use pasteurized butter, but I'm gonna get this raw butter to not cook with. I want to put it on something, you know, it tastes better, it's healthier for you. So it's just like little things, little decisions that do add up over time, for sure, when you know, just really try to take every action that is going to better yourself versus make yourself worse. But if you're around people that don't make good decisions or don't want to better themselves, you gotta get the fuck away from them. I mean, my family's like solid with that. I'd say they're pretty solid, but being around people who are your peers or like around where you're at, and if you guys can push each other to be better, that's really gonna help you excel in in life, whether it be the gym or whatever else. Like, you know, hang out with guys after work who are gonna make you better. Don't hang out with bums who you're gonna play video games with or just fuck around with. Like, at least a gym partner or a sports partner, or someone who's like gonna, you know, go through hard shit with you, and that will actually bring you guys closer, especially if they're a good person as well. That matters. But you know, just because someone's nice doesn't mean they're someone you can be friends with or should love, or should be friends with, I'm saying. So, you know, a lot of you guys will have, like, I know a lot of people in relationships like, oh, I love them. It's like, you can love someone who's not a good person. You can love someone who's not actually good for you. Does that mean you should love them? No, not at all. And it's like, especially with relationships as well, a lot of you guys, I mean, the divorce rate's 50%. Like, need I say more? It speaks for itself. But clearly 50% of people don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to relationships. So, you know, I can give you some advice here. So basically the red flags that I look for is like 0 bodies before me, because I don't want used property. You know, just the more dudes they've been with, the worse they are. That they realize that they can just get with someone else. They don't value their relationship as more. They don't value their relationship as much. They won't fight for you. They won't care as much. They won't be as attached to you if they've, you know, slept with a bunch of people. So ideally 0 people slept with. Ideally same religious beliefs. So I'm Christian Catholic. So ideally I want someone who's Christian Catholic and not somebody who is, you know, Muslim or something, because that's just going to cause arguments. Especially like, if you might as well marry someone who's the same religion so you can raise your kids that way. And I think it's definitely better to be religious than not religious at all. And I don't know what the percentages of people that are religious, but it's definitely decreasing over the years. And I think when you don't have morals or follow religion, that's when society kind of just descends into chaos. And when you have fucking OnlyFans stars and porn stars and stupid celebrity athletes who are just athletic and have no other value, they're the ones that kids are looking up to and wanting to be like. It's like, that's not going to make society better. And that's another thing, like being obsessed with sports. Like, that's just stupid. That's a whole nother video in itself. But going back to relationship advice, so someone who's the same religious beliefs, someone who's not really been with any dudes whatsoever, maybe they can like kiss dudes, like whatever, but as long as they're not getting like fucked or doing something, then that's, you know, that's fine. Yeah, and then I guess, you know, same monetary beliefs or like views on money. So like, you want someone who's going to be able to save money, not spend too much of it, and not be like a person who's basically going to poorly manage your money, you know, because you don't want to sign a prenup. Like, obviously divorce rate's 50%. Like, if you're gambling, you know, you don't want to take a gamble of 50% chance you lose all your money, you get divorced. But I believe that you can avoid divorce pretty easily if you just actually marry the right person. But I feel like people, first off, they're desperate because they'll take whatever they can get, and most guys are just like fat, ugly, don't have much going for them, and they'll just take a girl, the first girl they can get, and they aren't that hypercritical. That's why the divorce rate is so high. But if you work on yourself and become the man you should be, not only are you going to attract a girl who is worthwhile and won't break up with you, won't be a slut or dumb or stupid or argue, but you'll also be the best version of yourself, like, for your kids to, you know, make sure the family unit stays together and be a leader. Because if you're low test, you're fat, you're ugly, like, no, your kids aren't gonna want to listen to you. Your wife's not gonna want to listen to you. She's gonna be looking at other dudes who are more jacked, more sexy. It's not about looks, but like guys who are doing better than her, like, you know, why would she want a guy who's a bum? And obviously there's like a fine line between, like, you know, being a bum and being a good guy. Like, there's tons of good guys. It's not like you have to be like the very best. Like, obviously I'm not the richest guy. Okay, I'm pretty jacked. There's guys more jacked. Maybe guys more handsome than me. But as long as you just max out your stats to where you are well-rounded and pretty high as you can get, that's all that matters. And if you're genuinely trying your best to be the best version of yourself, your girl will respect that. Your kids will respect that. But most guys don't. Most guys genuinely don't. They know drinking's bad. They know alcohol is bad, but they do it anyway. They do it anyway, and that's why all these problems and arguments happen. But it's like, you know, before you get married, that's another thing. Like, you want to wait and make sure it's the right one. I feel like you can tell off the jump. You know, if you just go through the red flags, there's no red flags, then you should just be able to, you know, decipher or determine whether they're wifey material or not. And that's, you know, it's pretty easy, and you can do that pretty quickly. So, you know, okay, 0 bodies, same religion, same beliefs on money, and then same political beliefs. Obviously, I don't really care that much about politics, so I'm definitely not a liberal, as you can tell from the style of my videos. But I don't judge anybody off of their, you know, beliefs, or I don't judge anyone too hard, but I judge them off like their character, you know. I know some liberals that are really cool, really chill, and I'm friends with them. And I know some that are like really terrible. And it goes both ways. I know conservatives that are really terrible, but the moral of the story, or my point here, is that you know, just be, if you're living with someone and sharing your money with them, you definitely want to make sure you're in the same political side as them, because you know, if there's arguments or there's something, like, you don't want to argue. You basically want to minimize the amount of arguments that you're going to be having with your spouse, because, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory there. But what else? Dude, I really am fiending to take a sip of this raw milk. I might have to stop at a stop sign, crack one open. But yeah, I feel like if you guys just get along, if you're, you know, both similar, if you're both trying to be the best versions of yourself and trying to look better and look healthy. Because if you guys don't care about health, if one of you guys cares about being healthy and the other one doesn't, that's going to cause problems. Like, there has to be physical attraction down the road as you guys get older, because otherwise you'll just be friends and then you'll get pissed off at each other. And like, who wants to live with their friend? I mean, obviously people do, but it's like, if you're not, you know, attracted to each other physically, then it's definitely not going to last, and that will cause problems. So most people, that's another thing, people get divorced because one person gets fatter and uglier than the other, and then they, like, somebody's more attractive will, like, hit on them, and then it's like, you know, why would you want to stick to the person who's fatter? But obviously it's like, it's not my point where it's like, oh, just cheat, but it's like, you know, if your person you're living with so fat and ugly, like, you know, another person is healthier, and once, you know, that type of relationship, that's just going to cause friction, which you don't want. But yeah, that's, I could probably go even more into this, but I'm getting tired of yapping while I'm driving. So I will get back to you when I get back home, and I'm going to crack on this raw milk, and I'm probably going to make a shake, actually, now that I think of it. But yeah, I'll get back to you soon. Making this shake right now. Raw milk, acai berries, some bullshit corn and soy eggs in the blender with a banana, with some of this bullshit honey and some glizzies. How many eggs should we put in here?
6.
That's like no protein though. Some bullshit shake.
You got the raw milk. We're having eggs with this too, so I mean.
It's a bullshit shake. But, like, you're cooking eggs with it? Or you're just saying?
Yeah, with eggs, yeah.
Okay, well, guess that's enough then. Ear rape in 3, 2, 1. There's definitely chunks in that. You gotta blend it till there's no more crunchy noises. It's definitely chunks. You have to, like, blend it till there's, like, no more.
Yeah.
Roll another one. Roll another one. I mean, you still hear those things at the bottom. It's like banging it.
I mean, yeah, I did last time, and it was so fun.
So we just bust down on some eggs in that shake, and I'm full and I'm about to hit the hay. But you guys, if you're not hitting your protein, it's never too late to eat it. It's better to stay up extra late to get in that protein than just going to bed early and skipping out on the protein, because, you know, you just get in that cycle to where you're not hitting your protein. That's how you shrink. That's how you miss out on so many gains. And so many of you guys think, oh my God, 200 grams of protein is way too much. No, it's not. He's 5'9", eating 200 grams a day. I'm 6'5", eating 250. I should be eating 300 a day if I want to get massive. But, you know, never is enough. The more red meat and eggs you can eat, raw milk, spam that shit over and over again. But if you guys want help getting jacked, getting a 6-pack, getting lean, getting shredded, getting above 200 pounds naturally, book a call with me in the link in the description of this video for one-on-one coaching, and I guarantee I can help get you guys right.